What's up, guys? I'm Chris Spags here, back with another Four Corners for today's 6-game NBA main slate, courtesy of Osmo.com and presented by SuperDraft. Should be another interesting slate today with one of the highest totaled games we'll see all year according to Vegas, and a lot of guys to talk about who are in new situations because of lineup changes. So right now, get some positive energy in the air, and please hit that like button. If you want to win a free month of Osmo Plus, like the video and comment your top value play according to Draftkings salaries down below. On Friday, nobody got it right other than one guy who edited his answer and cheated, so that doesn't count. But let's get back on track today, and right now, like this video and comment your top value play down below. Let's get it going with our first corner of the top owned plays, starting with Chris Boucher in a matchup at the Clippers, in which there are 106.3 implied points for Toronto. Boucher or Boucher, depending upon how fancy you want to be, projects for 54% expected ownership on Draftkings, while he projects for 26% on FanDuel. Boucher's minutes have been up with Serge Ibaka out, and he's a beast with 1.4 fantasy points per minute, but it's a narrow margin for him despite his low price if he sees around his expected 20 minutes or so of run. And another top owned play looks to be Russell Westbrook at New Orleans in a game in which there are 125.5 implied points for Houston. Westbrook has 43% expected ownership on Draftkings, while he has 46% on FanDuel. Westbrook has been down recently with dips in his rebounding and assists despite a usage rate as high as 39%, but his price is too low in a high-paced defensive absent matchup in New Orleans. And in that same matchup, Brandon Ingram looks to be popular versus Houston in a game in which there are 119.5 implied points for New Orleans. Ingram projects for 36% expected ownership on Draftkings, while he also projects for 36% on FanDuel. Ingram has been a beast this year, and his price is a bit too low for the defensive spot and pace in the game, but he's due for some regression on his 54% shooting, and he only had 12 field goal attempts last game, despite Lonzo Ball being sidelined. And now into our next corner of the top value play, starting with Enes Kanter in a matchup versus Dallas, in which there are 111.8 implied points for Boston. Kanter is currently questionable. He projects as a top value from Osmo if he's in, thanks to a low price point, his ability to rack up rebounds, as well as to pick up usage thanks to Gordon Hayward's absence. And Derek Favors versus Houston looks to be good value with 119.5 implied point total for New Orleans. Favors saw 29 minutes last game versus Charlotte, and while the pace and space in the matchup can be a risk for his minutes, Favors should see an uptick in easy buckets and rebound opportunities for as long as he's in the game. And his teammate Kenrich Williams also looks pretty good as value with 119.5 implied points for New Orleans. Williams picked up the start for New Orleans last time with 33.25 fantasy points in 28 minutes, and in a higher paced spot he looks like solid value with some upside at his price point. The next corner I want to hit on are some of the players going through changes as a result of injuries or the lineup shifting around them, starting with Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam in a matchup with the Clippers, which there are 106.3 implied points for Toronto. VanVleet averages 1.24 fantasy points per minute with a 42% assist rate in court time without Kyle Lowry, while Siakam goes up to 1.42 fantasy points per minute with a 20% assist rate of his own. Some other guys in changing spots are Kemba Walker and Jaylen Brown in that matchup versus Dallas, in which there are 111.8 implied points for Boston. Gordon Hayward went out of Boston's lineup last game versus San Antonio, and Brown ended up with 18 attempts, while Kemba goes up to a 24% assist rate without Hayward, and Marcus Smart goes up to 25%. And a negative change for one guy is Andre Drummond in a matchup in which there are 112.8 implied points for Detroit. Because of the matchup, Drummond is still in a good spot with a playable price, but he'll see drops to his 29% rebound rate and 18% assist rate with Blake Griffin back in the lineup, a change that's also going to cut into other guys like Luke Kennard, who's thrived recently as well. And now into some of the lower owned dart throws I'm intrigued by on the slate, starting with DeJounte Murray in a matchup versus Memphis, in which there are 117 implied points for San Antonio. Murray is still minutes limited, but he's priced for that risk, and he enters a pace-up spot versus Memphis, where he should see easier looks and upside with his 34% assist rate. Another lower owned guy I'm intrigued by is Bojan Bogdanovic in a matchup at Golden State, in which there are 109.5 implied points for Utah. Bojan has at least 17 shots in his last 3 games, and he should benefit from Golden State's poor 114 defensive efficiency rating and a higher probability of them staying competitive thanks to D'Angelo Russell and Draymond Green in the lineup. And boy, oh boy, do I hate this guy, but he's been good recently. Andrew Wiggins in a matchup at Detroit, in which there are 109.8 implied points for Minnesota. Wiggins has at least 21 shot attempts in his last 4 games, and he could benefit again if Jeff Teague is ruled out, given the weak 108.3 defensive efficiency rating that Detroit brings to the table. So there you have it. That's what I'm seeing so far for tonight's 6-game NBA slate. So right now, please hit that like button. And if you want to win that free month of Osmo Plus, like the video and comment your top value play according to Draftkings salaries down below. And as I mentioned earlier, please don't edit your picks after they've posted, because that way I cannot tell if you made the correct pick or if you cheated. It just makes it easier for everybody. So like the video, comment your pick, and don't edit it down below. And the non-cheating free months of Osmo Plus come courtesy of SuperDraft. So right now, head to superdraft.io. Use the promo code AWESEMO, AWESEMO, to get $20 free on any deposit of $100 or more. It's a great way to build your bankroll along with the overlay they have in a ton of tournaments over there, including their multiplier format where you don't even have to know salaries. So right now, go to superdraft.io and use that promo code AWESEMO for your $20 free. And if you'd like some more data at your fingertips, use this promo code SWITCHANDHEDGE for half off your first month of Awesemo Plus. You can also find packages as low as $3.95 a week at awesemo.com/join. So head over there right now and find a package that'll work for you. Go follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Chris Spags. I got my personal podcast that went up this weekend and you should be listening to because we spend so much time together. Also have all the NFL and NBA content I'm doing every single day, 7 days a week. So check me out on Twitter and Instagram at Chris Spags. I'll be back on Live Before Lock later today with my pal, the Chubster Josh Engelman, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another Four Corners. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys have a good night. And of course, good luck.